Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's post-match pint. The only West Ham United post-match pint show on the internet. Now, I must just apologise quickly before we do this. Dan's been rushed, or not rushed to hospital, but he's gone to the hospital, so he's not coming on tonight. But anyone that's done a fan cam, he normally titles them and tags them. I'll do that after this show, so the fan cams will be after this post-match pint. Apologies for that, because he's normally the man that sorts all that one out. So, okay, great. Give me a starting lineup.
Same as the Villa game, isn't it? So Fabianski in goal, Wayne Albana Creswell, Masuaku Sufal, Rice, Souček, Bowen, Fornals, and Haller. I wrote it down this time. You know,
the same as the Villa game because Antonio's out for a month.
Yeah, that's not the same as Villa.
Sorry, Antonio, but
you love it, great. Yeah, I mean, it was the predictable starting lineup when we knew that Antonio was out, so Haller comes straight in for him. Was shouts that maybe Ben Rama could have started today instead of Fornals. But look, he's the same team, and going on the first half performance, he might too.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like you say, I would have liked to have seen Ben Rama start, but it would have been harsh on Fornals to drop him for Ben Rama.
Maybe Man United's team news was a bit better for me, with obviously Fernandes being dropped and Rashford as well. Dean Henderson's first game in goal for them, you know, it's always a tricky one. We knew what he'd done at Sheffield United last season, but first game for Man United in the Premier League. But yeah, I'm gutted. I'm gutted after today's game because, as I said, mate, the first half performance was unbelievable. And do you know the chances we missed? And this is the difference between, you know, the two teams today. Man United took their chances when they had them, and we didn't. You know, I was thinking of changing Pablo Fornals' name to Pablo for fuck's sake, because that's all I kept saying. Because he really wound me up today. And I'm not saying he had a bad game, but his chances and sometimes his final decision making. I'm not just picking on him, but he had two massive chances, and you find yourself, didn't you? You always say near enough every game, Fornals had a massive chance. Fornals had a massive chance. How long can he keep having these massive chances before he's dropped?
I mean, I'll be honest. I think the one that hit post, I mean, it sort of stuck under his feet a little bit. But to be honest, he done quite well to dig that out. For a shot on goal, because it was sort of stuck under his feet a little bit. But yeah, like you say, how often can we keep saying, you know, we've had these opportunities? It could have been 3-0 at half time.
Yeah, I think it would have been more great. Yeah, we scored. We had one offside. He hit the post. He had that header that he really he should have at least got that on target. Fucking Bowen, that was second half, but Haller missed a big chance when he slipped over. You know, there was a few. Yeah. We had 4 or 5 like top chances, and we reduced them to none, and it was disappointing. I think that you know, you can chalk it down to bad luck, but it's quality at the end of the day, as Ryan said. Like with the Fornals chances, like. Every week you say he's had a big chance today. He's had a big chance there. Even with some of the passing, like there was one when Bowen was running down the right and he was completely unmarked, and all he had to do was chip that ball over the top of that defender, and he was in. I think he would have scored. And the pass was poor. He smacked it right into the chest, like. And you can't like. I like him. I like Fornals. I think he'll get better. I think he'll get better. But. You know, there's players sitting on a bench that I think would have done better. That's the problem. I think there's someone sort of clicking his heels to get on and get a start. There's another player that, you know, scored a fucking screamer against Tottenham. We ain't seen him since, hardly. That are waiting for them opportunities. And I'll be honest, I think Ben Rama would have been probably a better option today, because the two wingers give them fullbacks a torrid time.
Yeah, I mean,
we said last night, right, wasn't it? Yeah, we said about that last night, didn't we, about the wingers?
Yeah, we had so many chances to kill them off in the first half, and do you know what? We didn't let Man United play, and that was everything that we done in that first half is what we asked them to do week in, week out. Declan Rice breaking up play, Souček breaking up play, you know, quick passing, you know, chances, and you know we could have gone in 3 or 4-0 up today, and we'd have deserved it. You know, Gary Neville's one of the most biased commentators going when it comes to Man United games, but even he was praising West Ham's performance first half. You know, he should have said, and he turned around and said, West Ham need to start taking their chances, or Man United. And I even tweeted it out half time. We need to start taking our chances because Man United will have a spell, and when they do, they will take their chances, and it's proved it. You know, it's
I've got to say, like up to the goal, we defended brilliantly, and like, you know, the equaliser this was, we had a massive chance with Bowen at 1-0 to make it 2 with that. You know, he just couldn't stretch big enough. But you know, unfortunately, I mean, Dom. If you look at Dom's fan cam when that goes live, I mean, he is livid with the officials because I don't watch Man United much, but he obviously does, and he's saying like they get one of these a week with this controversy. I mean, you look at that ball from that goalkeeper, and they've looked at that on VAR. That's a fucking good 5 yards out.
Yeah, I mean, it was almost over the top of David Moyes' head.
Well, it went over the top of his head.
Yeah, I don't know how they've not spotted that. I mean, you can see by the players' reactions that they stopped at one point because they thought it was going to be given as a throw, and they've played on. And look, I'm not taking nothing away from Pogba's finish. It was a great finish. Fantastic. All 3 Man United goals today were world-class finishes. Greenwood and Rashford as well. But as I said, that's the difference. You know, you got to play to the whistle. You know, yes, it has gone out. They've looked at it after they've seen it, but then why ain't VAR picking that up? You know, VAR just made a decision. They didn't know what to do. They just went, "Oh, look, we're going to have to give it because we can't look like they can look and give you an armpit offside or a shoelace or a fucking eyebrow offside." You know, but
you can't put that balls out. Yeah, look at the graphic.
Yeah, you can't tell that a ball's out. I mean, they got the graphics up after. Why couldn't they have done that? No, during the game. But it's one of them. It's, as I said, it's a game of. This is one of them. You know, it's that old cliche, innit? A game of 2 halves. This is one of them games today. I had that feeling at half time. I really did. And people were saying about Moisey, playing too defensive second half. No, he wasn't. That's people's excuses because we lost the game. He didn't go defensive straight away because the first 10 minutes of that second half, we were still all over him, and we had a chance where Bowen at the back post, you know,
he couldn't stretch, could he?
That's what I'm saying. It's fine margins in the Premier League, and this is what happens, and it shows how far we've come that we're sitting here disappointed, losing at home to Man United, thinking we should have won. You know, we've been on a good run lately.
The things like you say, we probably the first 55 minutes to an hour, we've been all over them. But even, you know, as poor as they are at the back, Man U have got the players in the middle and up front that can turn the game. They can hurt you.
I thought up to the second goal, I thought we was the better team. We was the better team for over 60 minutes. But the difference is their finishing. They've got some world-class players that cost them a lot of money, and that's where sort of I think we fall down. We've got one forward at the end of the day. We've got one, like, and you know, Antonio doesn't really count because he's not a forward. He's just, you know, converting himself into a forward, and we can't. You know, this was always going to catch up to us eventually. We've got no one to sort of change the game in that position. You know, we're stuck with Haller now for another month, and I don't think Haller had a bad game, but. You know, when someone's not scoring, and that's the difference. You look at Man United were way off the pace in the first half. I mean, we absolutely fucking battered them. He looked at his bench. He's got Rashford and what's his face, and that Fernandes coming on. It turned around, and for me, I didn't notice Fernandes too much, but people did say they had a good game, but I didn't notice him too much. Rashford changed the game.
I'll tell you who else as well changed the game for them. Mata when he come on.
Mata, I was just going to say that. Playing. Oh, what a ball that was for that third goal.
But
first time.
Just quickly going back to the first half, you got to give massive credit to Balbuena and Ogbonna because everyone's been banging on about Cavani. Cavani didn't have a sniff, and that's why he got dragged off at half time. You know, they had he was in their pockets. Declan Rice, you know, once again, breaking up play, playing the right football. It's just so frustrating that we didn't go in. I mean, that Haller slip, you know, you always say you look back at a time in a game and you look back at a moment and think, if only. And that if Haller didn't slip there, you know, and we're 2-0 up, it's a totally different game, totally different second half.
Yeah, I think you're right. I do honestly think you're right. It's like it's just annoying because we seem to have these games against these top teams where we've been the better team. We see it against Arsenal every year. You remember when we lost 2-1 to them at Old Trafford and it had them 2 fucking dodgy penalties and they disallowed a goal and we just always seem to be. We need the chairman to back the manager. The manager's now showing that he can do it. He's got them playing well. He's got the confidence high. You can see players are absolutely buzzing to be playing. There's players clipping at the heels. We're just a few positions too weak, and that, I mean, this decision last week to play Antonio instead of Haller, I think was a silly decision. It's going to cost us, this long Christmas period.
Can I just say one thing about the Antonio injury, though? I was watching the live thing before the game with Ginger Pella and Colton Cole on it, and apparently Antonio got injured in training. It was nothing to do with a Villa game. It was overstretched in training, so it was done in training. So whether I don't know, but it was nothing to do with a Villa game.
Just bad luck, and it happens. You get players injured in training. So.
Yeah, but is he back a little bit too soon? I don't know.
We said it last night. It's one of them things, who do you blame? You can't just blame the manager. The medical staff's got to take a bit of criticism. Well, even the player, because I'm sure Antonio would have said, no, I feel fine. I want to play football. He wants to rush back as soon as he can. So it's just one of them injuries. But we haven't had many injuries this season, but it just seems to be to our key player, Antonio, that we keep getting. He's the one that keeps picking up injuries. And if Haller goes down, then we've got to play a totally different formation because we're only going to look at someone like Bowen up top or Ben Rama.
Malenko, I think, will be playing up top. Yeah. I just failed to be too downhearted today. Honestly, I'm gutted. I am absolutely gutted. But first half, I thought we were brilliant, and a different day. Them chances that we take. Instead of Bowen coming in on the back post, it's Souček and it goes in. And instead of, Haller, I mean, that was literally that last fucking minute steps, slip because he took it round the keeper. He was done. The defender slid in. The 2 defenders had committed themselves. I see what he was trying to do. He was trying to drag it back and then just place it in the other side so they couldn't get it. And he just slipped at the last minute. At the last minute. Another day, another ref calls that. The equaliser as out and it's a throw on. It's just you get some days like that. It's how we react from this to there. It's how we react coming
we can speak
back of this.
We can take art from the first 65 minutes. How well we played.
Take art. I'll take a lot of part. Yeah, we got tired in the end. I think Ogbonna sort of towards the end of the game sort of let himself down with that Rashford. He was playing Rashford on. He was nowhere near in the line, but I think when it comes to him, you can sort of give him a mistake or two, especially when he hasn't cost us the game. There it looked like we was already losing anyway, and he's been immense for the last year and a half. And
I said last week, it's when we lose, it's how quick we bounce back. We can't go 3 or 4 games without picking up points because then we'll just be right back down in the wrong half of the table. So if we can bounce back against Leeds next Friday night, which will be a difficult game. They're drawing 1-1 at Chelsea at the moment, which will be if it stays like that, it's a great result for them. But that's going to be a tough game place to go. So yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking about another chance. When Bowen was clean through and Wan-Bissaka, he's quick. So but if that was Antonio, he wouldn't have caught up with Antonio. Because
he might have caught up with him, right? But Antonio would have fucking shrugged him off. He would have just.
That's the only thing, Bowen's quick, but he hasn't got the pace to get away from players like Wan-Bissaka because Wan-Bissaka actually made the mistake. He got himself on his feet and he caught up with Bowen and made a great tackle. So it's fine margins in it. It's I don't think we played that.
We paid the price for not taking our chances, but
they scored.
We scored a couple of them, and
they scored 3 goals in 13 minutes that killed the game off. So all you can do is hold your hands up and say, I'm not saying the best team won.
To be fair, they was all really, they was great finishes. I mean, the Pogba one was
mate.
Something else.
The Greenwood one was a world class finish. That touch and the way he's turned and hit it. What a player he is. young. What is he? 20 years old, something like that.
Yeah,
Got
20,
massive future. He just needs to. I hope he ain't one because he had that thing with England, didn't he? Where he broke the rules during lockdown. So I hope he ain't one of them players that goes to his head a bit. But he's got so much talent, and he scored against us last season as well, didn't he? In fact, his last Premier League goal was against us in the 1-1 draw last season. So
look, I'll tell you, that was a wonderful goal.
Yeah, it's a great finish, and
like the way he's turned away and then hit it straight.
Yeah, and to be honest, I mean, Man United could have had. We'd be looking at a 5-1 scoreline now because Rashford had a couple of chances. You know, even Rashford's finish, little dink over Fabianski.
It could have went 5-1 either way. That was the doubt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It
could have easily been 4-4.
Yeah, it's a very frustrating game today, but you know, there's a lot of positives to sort of take out of today. You know, and we just got to bounce back.
Yeah. Well, West Ham Man U games are never dull, are they?
No.
Nah.
It is what it is. I'm still quite chirpy. It could have gone either way today. I think that it's. Did I think the better team won? No, the better finishers won. That's what I think.
As it stands, we're still 7th in the table, and I don't. You know, you can't really grumble over that with the fixtures we've had. We've played 8 out of the top 10 last season now. You know, so I think the only one we ain't played is Chelsea. So it's been a good start to the season. There's a lot of positives to take. You know, we've got a busy period coming up now, and having Antonio out is frustrating, but it's just so we can get got some more points.
I think if when the fixtures come out, we were looking at the run of games we had, and we were like, I think if at the start of the season everyone people had said to you after that run of games you're going to be 7th, we'd have had their hand off.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, so
fans were back in the stadium today. There is a little bit of controversy. We're going to talk about this in a minute. Some people making some claims, and we'll talk about that very briefly in a minute because we ain't there, so we can't comment on it if we ain't there, and I'll make my thoughts quite known on that in a minute. But 2,000 fans there today. Did you notice them?
Well, I saw me mate in the orange shirt when we scored.
Yeah, you could see him on the telly.
In on him.
I mean, I see someone put a picture up of the sign in the stadium saying that you're not allowed to sort of stand and sing and things like that. So it was basically they was just there for the day out, weren't they? It's you're not really going to notice 2,000 or hear 2,000 fans in a big stadium like that. So, but as you can see, I'm surprised that there's only. I know they've got to start off with smaller crowds, but you can get a lot more in that stadium. You could have had 2,000 in each end, you know?
Yeah, I think so.
So you could have 5,000, 6,000 each end.
It's so blanketed, right? The number's so blanketed, you know? You got to think, our stadium's 60,000. Chelsea's is 30,000.
Yeah, I know.
They've got the same number of fans in the stadium.
Well, lower league teams can have 2,000 fans.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, like we said last night with Russell and Marshall, the 2,000 that benefits the League One Championship, National League clubs far more. They need that revenue. Whereas we said the Premier League could probably get away with carrying on as it is.
I'm watching a Chelsea game now. It just looks like a game from 1970 with them.
Yeah, it's
big match revisited.
Yeah,
it was nice to see fans back. You know, they can't really affect it. It was nice when the players come out to warm up and they all went over and clapped the fans. That was nice to see. So yeah, let's just hope that it's the start now of getting the fans back and more fans as well.
Now, I've got to say this because I know that it's coming up and it's going to come up, and I don't want to shy away from it, but Adam Makola, I don't know whether you know Adam Makola. He used to be on a full-time Devils, and now he's part of Stretford. I know Adam. I've met him before. Worked with him before. Usually a nice guy and all of that sort of thing. He's made a very outlandish claim now. Now, I'm not going to comment on this, and I don't expect anyone else to comment on this because the thing is, we weren't there, so we can't tell you what's gone on and what hasn't gone on. What I can say is I've been sent 2 videos from the stadium and I can't hear anything. I've seen the video that is claiming that it is the booing of the BLM knee, and I think it's indecisive. Now, I don't think it's fair to comment on it because we ain't there. We are not there. We're not there. And I don't think it's fair to comment on it if we're not there. But the thing is, with Adam, he's not there either.
No.
So how the fuck would he know? That's what I'm saying. You can think you can hear this, and you can think you can hear that, or anything on a TV. I've seen about 5 different videos. 4 of them, I can't hear anything. One of them, it's sort of 50-50 whether there is something going on. But you know, he's not there. You can't tell me what's happening if you're not there. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched the videos as well, and to be fair, I mean, it's one of them. You're not there, so you can't say, can you? But for me, it sounds like, you know, we've all been at West Ham games before. Just as they're about to take kick off, a lot of people like to shout, "Come on, you Irons!" And I think that's what some people were doing. So I don't know. It's an hard one because we weren't there. But the videos I've seen, like you look at the one that was put out earlier with the Millwall game, you know, you can blatantly hear booing in that. With the West Ham one, you know, I didn't hear no booing, but I can't confirm if people did.
What I will say is, if there is booing, then they're fucking idiots and they shouldn't go back. But I'm not. I didn't hear nothing. But I'm not there, so I can't confirm. But he's not there, and I think it's a. I think our 2-1 Chelsea. I think our reputation, I think is you know, I think it makes a lot of people's mind up about what's going on, and you know, I think that's a very unfair, outlandish claim when you're not there and you're just, you know.
I mean, I've seen I missed the first 5 minutes of the game, so like you say, you didn't hear it, but I missed the first 5 minutes, so I couldn't say, but I've seen the like the claims online and that.
Yeah, but the thing is, with Adam, whatever his name is, what he's tweeted out as well. He's tweeted out, "Oh, 3 black players have scored as well. I love life," and all shit like that. He's just, people like that are just, that's what's wrong with the world. You know, honestly, it's what's wrong with the world because he's not there. He hasn't heard it himself. He's just been told. He's seen a video. Oh, look, people booing. He doesn't know what West Ham fans do before kickoff. You know, a lot of people say, "Come on, you Irons," and like just before kickoff. People are probably shouting that. So unless he's got concrete proof, then he shouldn't tweet things like that. He's got a big following. You know, it's got retweeted.
I'll be honest. I think that is fucking poor. I think that's poor from him because he's not there. You know, he can't comment on things.
It's not the first time he's done this related to West Ham. I think he just don't like West Ham. He just don't like West Ham fans. So whatever. I don't know him. He don't know me. So I'm not really going to comment on him.
Yeah, I do know him, and he's a nice guy. But I think that's bang out of order because you're not there. And if there is booing and there's concrete proof that there's booing, I condemn them people. Absolutely condemn them.
Yeah, I'm the same. Yeah, but
absolutely condemn them. But I'll be honest. I've been sent pictures. I've been sent videos. I've heard from people that was at the ground, and like they're saying there was nothing.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't know.
This geezer, he was there. I don't think he was there. Yeah, I've heard from people that were there.
If it did happen, then I'm the same. Then it's not right. You know, you shouldn't be booing it. But I don't know, mate. As I said, I wasn't there. We weren't there, so it's hard to really comment on it. And I just think people that weren't at the ground should keep their mouth shut, really.
Yeah, I just think with a big following like that, I think it's another one of them things that are going to stir it up. Look, we'll see over the next few days. If it's happened, someone will get it out. And if there is people booing, then they're fucking idiots. Like, piss off, and they shouldn't be, you know, they shouldn't be allowed back in there. Maybe they should stop the politics and just get on with the game, and don't give these people a platform. You know, I'm not saying about taking the knee. You know, you see what happened at Millwall.
Yeah, people look at you saying that and say, "Oh, look, there's 3 white blokes here now talking about it." But you get black football players that have also come out and said that taking the knee needs to stop. So it's just one of them things, isn't it? It's politics, and you shouldn't really mix politics and football. And it's massive, and people know what it means. And so where'd you go from here? That's the thing.
I don't know, but it just gives it. I mean, I think it just gives. Now that fans like we did hear it at Millwall. It's quite audible at the Millwall game. It just gives them people a platform to stir up more divide. And as I said, if there was booing at West Ham, then people need to be condemned, and I can completely condemn it. But from what I heard from the videos that have been sent, not just the one that they're all jumping on, from people that were there, I didn't hear nothing. Do you know what I mean? So, but as I say, I wasn't there. It's just let's stop moving.
I missed kick off and that. I missed about the first 5 minutes. So
I'm sure if it did happen, then we'll hear more about it over the next.
Yeah, I'm sure, and then we'll comment on properly. But to be fair, that's the stance we're going to take, and I think Adam should take the same stance because he weren't there either. So there you go.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to football. Great first half. Yeah, look, it is what it is today. There's a lot of disappointed fans out there. I see a lot of people on Twitter, like I said, saying about Moyes' tactic in the second half. I think that's a bit wrong. Maybe the substitutes could have come a bit earlier, but look, the team played so well in the first half. I mean, I see people calling for subs to be made at half time. But how can you make subs at half time when the team have played so well? They've literally
there was no need to make any subs at half time. No need whatsoever.
Not the way we played. Not the way we played first half. It could have been 3-4.
I will say this:
the team that should be 3-4-0 up.
After that second goal, I think he's a little bit. I honestly think this about Moyes, and this is the criticism I have about Moyes, and I'm not changing his stance. I've always said this. I think he's a little bit slow to react at times when these scenarios come up. I think a Ben Rama sub would have been as that goal went in, I would have been pulling 4 nails off and just to trying to get yourself back in that game. I just think that sub was about 10 minutes too late. That's all.
Yeah, no, I agree. But look, positives you can take. There was a lot to take from the game, work wise, effort wise. Just to sum it up, it's, as Nicky said earlier, 3 great finishes have won the game. Man United took their chances, we didn't. But look, we're still 7th. None of us would have thought we'd have been there, after the run of fixtures we had. We've rode our luck in the last few games against Villa, Sheffield United, Fulham as well with a missed penalty. So, look, I can't grumble. We move on to the next one, and hopefully next Friday night we can get a nice little win up at Elland Road.
Yeah, always a tough place to go.
Will they be allowed? Are they allowed fans back in Leeds?
No,
they are they?
No, they're tier 3, aren't they? They're tier 3.
Yeah, I think so.
Most of the north is tier 3.
Yeah, no, it's look, I watched the game back tonight. I'll watch the highlights again, and because I have to, because I watch it when we win, so I'll watch the highlights when we lose as well. And I was pleased with, if I had to pick a man of the match for West Ham today. I thought Bowen had a really good game, really, really good game. The running he was doing, he was all over the pitch at one point. He was making them runs. I know we slated him a little bit last week for what was the game where him and Haller wouldn't pass to each other. I mean, today he kept looking for Haller. So it's
exactly the Sheffield United game, isn't it? Yeah,
Sheffield United game. So Ogbonna, Balbuena, I thought had a solid game up until his last 10-15 minutes. Kufauer, he got taken off today, didn't he, for Ben Johnson? I mean, that was a bit of a weird one, really, unless he picked up a little knock. I don't know why he brought him off. I'd have thought bringing on someone like Snodgrass, an attacking player, just try to create something from a corner or something, a free kick. But Creswell went close.
A little bit.
Yeah, Creswell went close with that free kick. That was a good free kick. Dean Henderson was caught off guard a bit, but he got across the goal. Look, Dean Anderson's a great goalkeeper. We see what he done at Sheffield United, and he'll be up there. He'll probably get a run in the team now over De Gea. So Pogba, he's one of them ones when he's a player that on his day he can be world class. He just doesn't have many of them days. But today, that finish from him, you just got to take your hat off to him. If I had an hat on, I would have took it off.
I mean, who played the pass into him? Who played the pass into him for that?
Probably Bruno Fernandes.
Mate, perfectly. He didn't even have to break stride. He just walked straight onto it.
That's the difference today. As we've said, we keep repeating ourselves, but it's just the class of finishing today. And Bruno Fernandes, he changed the game for them. Rashford changed the game, and even when Mata come on, the through ball he put for Rashford, and Rashford's run and timing was perfect, and great finish. And look, that's the difference. People keep slagging this Man United team off, saying they're shit. They're in the top 4, only 2 points off top. Well, I think now that Chelsea are winning, it'll be 5. But you know what I mean? And they're playing bad, and they've won. That's 9 away wins in a row now for them.
The thing is, mate, money fixes a lot of things. Do you know what I mean? Every time they get a problem, they got money to plug it, and that's what you got to remember. Rashford and Greenwood are, two obviously talents from their, from their academy and all that. But all the problems that they have, just plug it with money. It's one of them ones. Money buys your class, and the name attracts good players as well. They'll be back up there again. Within the next couple of years, they're on their way. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, they got outplayed by us for 65 minutes today, and a better team. If we'd have been Chelsea with a couple of world class forwards or a Liverpool or something, well, I think we would have torn them a new one today. We just need to concentrate on our finishing. And if we can't concentrate on our finishing, getting someone in January that can finish.
Yeah, that's the main one. And going up to Leeds on Friday night, I'd like to see Ben Rama get a start over Fornells. I mean, he's given Fornells a lot of chances this season. Fornells have played a lot of football. So Ben Rama, for me, has to start just to see what he can do from the start. We know what he can do when he comes on. He can turn a game, he can create things. But from the start, it'll be good to see him.
And the thing is, we'll probably get, because I say having watched some of the highlights and that, and some of the Leeds games this year, when they attack, they attack in numbers. So there's gonna be space behind them.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's going to come down to attacking next week. But we've been defending well, and that's the good thing I like about this team is that maybe we're a little bit. I don't know what the word is. Maybe we're a little bit ungrateful, because we were saying last season that the first thing we needed to do is we needed to get this, this defence sorted out. And I mean, I thought at times today it took a real quality goal from a long way out, which he's going to score 1 in 100 of them. He is, to be honest with you. Pogba, like it's a world class, but it took them that to get back in the game. All right, we collapsed a little bit after trying to chase it at 2-1, but it took a real world class goal to get them back in the game, and he's getting that defence sorted out. And let's not forget, we have put 3 past Leicester, we have put 4 past Wolves, we have put 3 past Tottenham. We've scored in, I think, every game, haven't we, since the opening day. So maybe it's not just the chance created.
Yeah.
I just think it was one of them days. I just think, as I said, the chances we created, I can't come away from it being negative.
But we knew we was going to have games like this, and we knew we weren't going to win every game. And the main thing is how we bounce back from it. If you go 2 or 3 games now without picking up a point, you're going to slide down that table, and you're going to be back down near the bottom 6, and people are going to start questioning the manager and wanting change and everything. So. It starts again at Leeds on Friday night to get a good run going again during the Christmas period, because we're not, as I said, we're not going to win every game. We know that we're not. So it's taking the positives.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I find it mad that we're more positive when we lose than when we win. when we win, there's more negative.
But I mean, like you say, for 65 minutes, we played well.
The 2 last games, I thought we've been poor. I thought we've actually played well today, really well.
Now, if we'd have played like we did in the first half against Villa or Fulham or Sheffield United, we'd have won more than like 1-0 and by the odd goal 2-1. So,
yeah, no, I agree. Like I say, I agree with Nick. You know, we've sort of ground out the last 3 results. Today, the one game where we played well for 60, 65 minutes, and like you say, it's taken to get them back in the game. It's taken a worldie.
The first hour that we watched today was some of the best football I've seen for a long time, long time.
Yeah, no, it was definitely up there with some of the best football we've played this season. 100%.
Yeah. Anyway, should we leave it there?
Yeah, that's it, mate. We're only covering the game, nothing else to say. Yeah, sweet.
What's happening? Because we said playing Friday, haven't we?
Yeah.
So we're doing post-match pint Friday. No, Friday night pint. It'll be post-match pint.
Friday night pint this week.
Friday night post-match pint.
We'll let you know during the week. We've got a few plans for next week. So we're going to announce something this week, one way or the other. So keep your eyes on our Twitter at West Ham Fan TV, Facebook.com/West Ham Fan TV. You can join us on Patreon now. There's a link in the description down below. You can also join us. You can also join us in purchasing some of our merchandise, which we should all have on. But it's all down there. But other than that,
have you got our jumpers?
Yeah, I got them.
I might pop round after work one night. I can come round now. Lockdown's lifted.
Yeah, I've got a big box of them sitting in front.
You still got my pint glasses I wanted?
Yeah, I've got them as well somewhere.
I'm gonna come round and raid your house during the week. I'm gonna take that Xbox as well. That Xbox.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, so that's it. Anyone got anything else to say?
No.
Like
you say,
keep subscribing.
Taken today.
Yeah, if you're new around here, subscribe. Leave the like button. One thing left to say, lads.
Come on, you happy hammers.